day, y'all. Another glorious day. Yeah, so I'm out here today. I wanted to I hope everything good with you and yours, by the way. So you already see the title, what I do to stay fit and healthy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a tour in the grocery store. I'm gonna go down various aisles and just give you some feedback on what it is I do in terms of my diet and the ways in which, I stay lean and get the results and gains that I desire for my physique and my overall health. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we at with it for today. And I wanted to say this too though, right? I'm not I'm not a health extremist. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a health extremist, meaning that, it's a lot of foods that I do eat that a lot of people wouldn't approve of. It's a lot of foods that I eat that people wouldn't approve of. And I'm not concerned about that. I know what I do works for me. I get the results. I feel fantastic, and not only that, when I do, you know, go to the doctor when necessary, the feedback is awesome, which I'm very grateful for. So as you see, we at the supermarket right now. So what I'm gonna do is, like I said, we're gonna take a little tour. And before we enter the building, again, these are just the way in which it's a big ass beat. The way in which what works for me in terms of my diet and such, you heard? Let's go. So you already know, once you enter the grocery store, the first thing that you're gonna approach is the produce department. You know what I'm saying? So the produce department is always like the first layout of the foods available to us. Okay? So we're gonna start here. So things as such as, we start off, you got your green peppers. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all for hitting that like button. Salute. What up? What's good? You know what I mean? Yeah, so we talking about the very things that that get our body, our system, in a good operating force for us, So anyway, like I was saying, let me not lose my train of thought. So we got the onions, right? The onions are very good. It's an antioxidant. So we already know that antioxidants are very good for regenerating your cells and replenishing your cells, and it's great for your immune system. Onions are also good for your immune system, right? You got the peppers right here. Okay. So we got our grape, we got the cherries. The cherries is right here. Excuse me. Then you got your grapes. Right? You got all your fruits over here. So we got the peaches, we got apricots, we got plums. Again, very great sources of antioxidants. So when we're talking about antioxidants, we want to, regenerate our cells. Our cells is our makeup of us being able to heal, us being able to come stronger, us being able to grow, right? Especially for little kids. You know, these things are very important for little kids more so than anything because they're still in a, in a huge growing phase of their life, right? Overall, us as human beings, we definitely need to give ourselves the proper nutrition, right? So we got the blueberries. Again, very great antioxidants. So like I said, I'm not a health extremist, you know. So before I proceed with the produce, again, when it come to the carbs, you know, people it's you know, it's least carbs are one of the main foods that people refrain from. Me personally, I eat carbs. And I also wanted to mention too that I'm big on portion. And that's another thing that helps me out a great deal is portion. So, for example, right? This is actually one of my favorites right here. I don't know if you can see it. Let me pick it up. So that's the banana nut bread. That's one of my favorites. So for me personally, if I buy a pack of that, I'll have one slice and just leave it at that. Point blank, period. I'll leave it at that. I have one slice of the banana nut bread, leave it alone. So we got the apples. So, and the beautiful thing about when it comes to eating healthy is so many varieties, so many colors. Excuse me. So you want to put a ton of colors in your diet. You see what I'm saying? I eat a lot of apples, y'all. I eat a lot of apples. Great for fiber. And fiber is good for your digestion. You want to have a great digestive system. You want to get rid of the waste as often as possible out of your body. You know what I mean? And that's another thing that isn't really talked about a lot, or at least I don't hear about it often, is when people make mention of defecating on the regular, you know? So, you know, that's very important that you have to move your bowels to get rid of that waste. So, and I thank y'all. I appreciate you for hitting that like button. I see you. And again, somebody asked me today, actually, can I make a video talking about the foods I eat? I eat a lot of apples, y'all. And again, I'm going to go back to the blueberries and the raspberries. Again, great for your antioxidants. Again, you got your cantaloupe. I eat a lot of cantaloupe, and it's very great for this time of the year to stay hydrated. Very excellent way to stay hydrated and then get your nutrients, right? So, again, I just want to point this out. You got the blueberries. You got your raspberries. You got your blackberries. Again, your antioxidants. You want to get a good amount of antioxidants. It regenerates and revives your cells. excuse me, your cells are what keep you healthy. Your cells, your immune system is what fight off disease and what fights off cancers. It's what fights off for ailments, because the thing about our immune system every day, it's in a fighting, it's in a fighting position, right? And we are bombarded with and surrounded with germs every single day. So these things are coming into contact with our body and entering our body. So our immune system is fighting off that in which we encounter with these germs, with these ailments, and it prevents us from getting sick before we could feel the effects of poor health, if you will. So I made my way over to, like I said, I love greens, okay? And one of my favorites are, so this is the baby spinach spring mix. It's the organic, non-GMO. Got to eat plenty of this, right? That's one of my favorites. Another one of my favorites is arugula. Arugula, one of the things about arugula, how I combine that, again, I mentioned before. I slice up the avocado. Avocados is good in healthy fats. Healthy fats are, especially avocados, the healthy fats are great for absorbing the vitamins. So meaning if you make a salad and you add avocados, that avocado was going to help extract those vitamins again, and what those vitamins produce and plenish to restore, to generate strong, to be a great fighting force for your health, right? So let's take a look. So you have all sorts of choices when it comes to providing yourself with the proper nutrients. Also, what I wanted to point out is this, right? Also, what I wanted to point out is that a lot of the healthier choices is always on the perimeter of the store, okay? It's always on the perimeter, meaning the outskirts of the grocery store, right? So keep that in mind. Let's go over here again. One of my favorites and what I eat as well is the purple cabbage. Yo, I appreciate y'all. I see that likes. I see them likes going up. Much gratitude. The purple cabbage. It has a higher nutritional source than the regular green cabbage. You know, another great antioxidant, as I mentioned. So, you know, and that's just to say the least about your greens, your veggies. Also, another great antioxidant. So, one thing I don't partake in is like these prepackaged meats. You know, I don't eat pork, so this is what I don't eat. Yeah, so I don't eat like salami and stuff like that. And I'm gonna share with you also a few things that I don't eat as well. But we're gonna go through it. We're gonna have a great tour today, y'all. So stay locked in. You heard? Stay locked in. So another big go-to of mine is dates. They're high in sugar, so you know, like anything else, too much of anything too much of anything is no good for you, right? So again, dates are very good. They got potassium. They have a lot of fiber. You know, again, fiber is great for your digestive system. Again, it's very important. Your digestive system, you want to get rid of the waste, y'all. You want to get rid of the waste. You don't want to have 2, 3, 4, 5 days of not using the bathroom. That is very unhealthy, and that will have an effect on your body, and things will happen. Again, raisins. This is what I put in my oatmeal. So I eat oatmeal every single day, y'all. Every single day, nonstop, every single day. So we got the avocados. I spoke about those. So again, so your avocados are healthy fats, and healthy fats are great for absorbing, and it's good for regulating your blood sugar, if I'm remembering correctly, and things of that nature. So these are the benefits. A lot of these foods also help you maintain your blood pressure. Another thing too I want to point out, which is a great food, is ginger. Ginger. So for those who may be battling with or have issues with like tendinitis, or some form of pain from working out, you wanna I'm looking for the ginger, y'all. I don't see the ginger. Excuse me, miss. Hello. You have any ginger? Yeah. No ginger? Okay. No ginger today. No ginger today. But again, ginger is very good for inflammation. I eat a lot of ginger. Not that I have inflammation, because one thing I could say, and I'm grateful for, is that I don't have tendinitis. I don't have any uncomfortable feelings of stiffness, and besides my arm. For those who know, I had major surgery, and that's the only inconvenience in terms of feeling uncomfortable with my body was due to that. So that's all that I have to say in that regard. But again, ginger is very good for inflammation. I'm just trying to think of excuse me, it's okay. I just want to think of some more. I want to give some more feedback on so we already know, and I mentioned this before, the sweet potatoes. So if you don't want to partake in like the white rice and such, that'd be a better alternative. It has vitamin A in it. That I know they have vitamin A in those sweet potatoes. The watermelon. It's a very great nutritional source of staying hydrated, and I forget exactly what properties in terms of the benefits of that watermelon. I forget right now off the top, but it's great. The watermelon is, phenomenal. You know what I mean, to say the least. The watermelon is phenomenal. But I wanted to I spoke about the raisins. So what I'm gonna do? Hold on. Let me make my way over here, y'all, because I wanted to. I also wanted to. You know what? I want to speak about this too, right? So for me personally, I like to avoid a lot of processed snack foods as such as potato chips, cookies, and things of that nature. So my go-to is trail mix. Now with trail mix, like anything else, if you overdo it, you'll be defeating the purpose of eating healthy, staying lean, and things of that nature. So I go to the trail mix. And a lot of times where I may feel like I want a full course meal, and I know that I already ate a decent meal prior to my appetite rising again, is that I'll eat trail mix and curb my appetite while getting some form of benefits of protein and whatever nutrients that my body can extract from that source of food. And also another thing that I wanted to mention is that when it comes to the price of food, I wanted to mention that when it comes to the price of food, yes, we want to be mindful of our budget. Things could be expensive. We want to be mindful of our budget. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. And I thank y'all for hitting that like button. Word. Much gratitude. And so what I'm saying is the price of food, one way or another, you're going to have to invest, whether it's in yourself for the benefits of taking care of you, or, paying off the doctor and the pharmaceuticals. Simple. For me personally, I spent a lot of years spending money on weed. So roughly about over $100 a week I spent on weed. So when you round that off throughout the entire year, I probably spent about maybe close to $10,000 a year just on smoking weed. So why can't I invest in my health? So I also want to so what I don't, I'm gonna share a few things that I don't drink. So I don't drink these. I don't drink these naked drinks. When it comes to me drinking a smoothie, I make my own. I make my own smoothies. Those naked drinks they're no good, to say the least. You could do your research, but those naked drinks are not good at all. Also, but they do have good. They have other. They have other alternatives. A lot of them I'm not familiar with, so I can't really expound on these because I still have to do my research, and that's the beautiful thing about it too. You learn more, we grow more on this journey. But what I do want to point out is, and what I just came across, is the coconut water. This is very good, your electrolytes. This is good for regulating your blood sugar, your blood pressure. This is good, again, for replenishing your cells. It's great for hydrating. So coconut water. And you want to get the one, no sugar added. All right, that's what I get. I get the no sugar added if I can help it, right? So coconut water. This is what I drink often, okay? This is what gives me the energy. I would like to drink this, and again, it's expensive. But this time of the year, you can get it on sale. Excuse me. But this time of the year, you can get the coconut water on sale. That's the good thing about it, though. This time of the year, you can get it on sale. And then, sorry. And then speaking on coconuts, if you want to use the coconut itself, the young coconuts, the green coconuts, those are the ones that have the water inside. So you could buy those fresh from the supermarket as well. So let me, I'm not sure, they may have some here. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. They may have it, they may not. Another great source of fiber, your pears. These are great. You know, pears make a great juice too. If you got a NutriBullet, you know, these are ways in which you could really, again, get those nutrients. But I don't see any coconuts right now. But like I said, the young coconuts are the green ones, the big green ones. And those are the ones that have the water. So to add on to the point that I make, so you have so those are the aged coconuts, which are more with the milk base. They have the milk base to them. And coconuts also speaking of those, I use those. If you get like the shaved coconut, you could use that as a healthy sweetener. You know, of course, not too much of it. So I wanted to speak on that as well. So like I said, I'm gonna go around the perimeter, and I also go down the aisles and show you also what I benefit from to stay healthy and fit. So I mentioned this before, okay? You could buy your seafood, fish. I'm big on salmon, okay? Again, it could be expensive, but I've spent so much money on cigarettes, on drinking, smoking weed, and got nothing out of it at all. All it did was take away from being the best version of myself, if you will. So again, you could buy, let's go inside. And that's the pre-packaged. Let me show you again. So that's the pre-packaged salmon, right? So you got the snapper. Take a look.
So you'll get the same. You're gonna get the same thing. It's just frozen. So when you're ready to prepare it, you can just defrost it. It's right behind you.
Oh, mercy. This is not my day today.
To your right. One to your right. Keep going straight. Keep going straight. Right there.
Yeah, so and then you have the salmon, that's the fresh salmon. Again, it's expensive, but it's worth it. Speaking of price, me personally, don't get me wrong. I mean, if I have to, you know, if I have to take a different route in terms of choosing a price that could benefit me at the time, yeah, I'll do that. So, and I get it, you know, that could be a hindrance. But anyway, or you could buy it prepackaged. Again, I'm pointing out the salmon. You know, some people like the shrimp and stuff. I like shrimp too. I love shrimp. I fell back a lot from the shrimp. I used to, once in a while, well, no, yeah, I did. At one point, I used to buy like the, I don't eat that anymore. I don't eat that. I'm not saying I won't. I mean, if if I, if that was just at my availability, I would eat that. Excuse me. So I'm gonna take y'all over here though, right? So again, with the seafood, we just taking a tour, y'all. I wanna, give you some good insight on how I eat. I rarely eat things from the deli department. Once in a while, I have once in a while.
Where'd you get that? No, that's not my problem. You have to go up front, get a name back. Otherwise, you're going to get written up.
Yeah, so yeah, I rarely eat stuff out of the deli department. It's high in sodium. But once in a while, don't get me wrong, like in regards to deli meats, and if I'm out, I may get me a sandwich from like Jersey Mike's. Yeah, but what I do is, if I get me a sandwich from like Jersey Mike's, I'll get the mini. I don't get sorry man, but I gotta thank you for the information. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. I appreciate you for being in the chat. And like I was saying, so if I'm out and I have to get a deli, if I chose a deli sandwich, and if I stopped at, let's say, a Jersey Mike's, I would get the mini. And I would, so I usually get like either the tuna fish or the turkey. Again, I don't eat pork. So I would get the tuna fish or the turkey. I would get the mini, which is less than a 6-inch. And I would just have them put peppers, lettuce, tomato, just a little vinegar, no oil, a little mayo, honey mustard, and keep it pushing. And with that, I'll just eat the sandwich by itself. I don't get the chips and the soda. So, it's differences that we can make in terms of the amount that we consume. Again, I'm very big on portion. I am very big on portion. So that's one of my that's one of the ways in which I get great results for my physique. I am big on portion, the amount of food. So now we at the meat case, the meat department. Our proteins. I eat a lot of turkey, chicken. I eat a lot of turkey and chicken. I do eat beef. Very rare. Very rare do I eat beef. So my go-to is like the Bell Evans, let's just say like the chicken breast. Let's take a look. And this is my source of protein. One of my favorites is the ground turkey. The ground turkey is one of my favorites. And I make my spaghetti. I eat a lot of spaghetti. And if I get beef, and if I do get beef, I'll get like I try to go with like the 93% lean. So, you know, when we're talking about our proteins, when we're talking about lean proteins, we're talking about the least amount of fat inside of those proteins, because we want the benefits of the protein to rebuild our muscle, to feed our muscle, but to intake less fat, less fat. And that's how we stay lean, shredded, and be able to control our weight, of course. So again, one of my favorites is the ground turkey. I'm sorry about that. So again, I don't eat pork, so it's no need to show you that. They have a lot of grass-fed beef products. So another thing too I want to point out is that I do like, when it comes to like, let's just say I have a steak, and I like my steak well done, by the way. So if I have a steak, I like the Angus beef. I do like the Angus beef, y'all. It definitely does have a different taste. I like quality. Let me also add that. When it comes to my food, I like quality. And again, when we're talking about the pricing of food, I don't mind paying more for what's gonna benefit me and make me feel great, hands down. So, we're gonna go down the aisle real quick. Another thing that I partake in often, or like every 3 weeks or so, tuna fish. I love tuna fish. How I prepare my tuna fish, I put a lot of onions in it. And also how I prep with my tuna, I use mayo. I use regular Hellman's mayo. And that's just me. Again, like I said, a lot of foods that I eat, for those, you know, health fanatics or the health extremists, or, you know, so-called health conscious people, is that when it comes to certain foods, I like the original. So yeah, I do. I like the mayonnaise, you know. And again, I don't, you know, I monitor the amount that I put in it, of course. You know, I'm not saturating my tuna with a ton of mayo. You know what I'm saying? Um, a great way to like clean your meats is such as your chicken. I wanted to also speak about that in terms of prepping for your meals and cleaning your foods and veggies and such. Vinegar. Vinegar is a great way to clean your foods. What I don't eat things out the can, as such as corned beef or like Hormel chili. I don't eat those products. That I do not eat. So when it comes to salad dressing, because we were just in the produce department, I want to share with you in terms of the dressings that I use. So I like the balsamic. I like the Caesar. I like the Caesar. I also like the French dressing. And again, when it comes to my dressings, I'm mindful of the amount that I put on my salad. Okay, I'm mindful about the amount that I put on my salad. When it comes to eating my burgers or foods that require, I like ketchup. Again, I'm big on the amount that I put on. I'm big on the amount that I put on. So all of these, again, make a big difference in how we prep our meals. I used to love pickles, just not into that no more. So we're gonna move right along. Once in a while, I haven't in a long time, like the canned soups. I'll make my own soup. I'm big on home cooked meals, by the way. I don't wanna leave that out either. I'm big on home cooked meals because, with that, of course, we are able to monitor and use the ingredients that we know that best suits our best consumption of nutrients. So then we got the rice over here. It's a few different types of rice I like. So I do like, one of my favorites is the jasmine rice. It's one of my favorites. Again, when it comes to the carbs and stuff, that's no enemy of mine, if you will. It's no enemy of mine when it comes to the carbs. Carbs are not bad as, one may think. It's a very good source of energy. Carbs give you energy. Again, you just don't want to overdo it. What do you know? Coconut water. Again. Yo, Simon, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Simon. Salute to everybody in the chat with their genuine feedback and that positive vibe, those positive vibes. I appreciate you. I appreciate you all with the positive vibes and the encouraging of supporting the channel to the rest of the people in the chat. And much gratitude in advance if you chose to subscribe. And thank y'all also for hitting that like button. I see those likes going up. So yeah. Also so moving right along. Beans. A lot of times if I do have beans, I will go to the can out of convenience though. That's really out of convenience because, when it comes to beans in the bag where you have to prep yourself, those beans that you have to prep yourself, it takes quite some time to cook. Sometimes you have to soak them, and it's a process. It's a process involved to prepare those type of those beans. And again, anything worth having in life, you know what I'm saying, of quality, you have to earn it. So, and the same thing applies to when it comes to prepping our food and getting the best. Getting the best for ourselves, it requires the work like anything else. So, when you want to lead a healthy lifestyle and eat the right way, and, a lot of prepping is involved, if you're serious about it. Okay? So you got your olive oils. You have your oils. Olive oils is very healthy. I use avocado oil. I use those type of oils. What I don't buy, if I was out and let's say I was at a family member's house and they just happen to have one, I'll eat the oat bars, the cereal bar, like these bars, but I don't buy them out of my own desire. I do think a lot of it is garbage. I like fruit snacks. So don't get me wrong, this is not a thing of like, this is not, I mean, of course, we want to be our best, right? We want to give ourselves the best, but again, I'm not a health extremist. So, and with that being said, I want to share with you is that, for example, I'll have fruits out of the can or out of a package at times. And with that being said, right, for example, so like these fruit cups right here, those fruit cups for me personally, and I actually have some at home right now, to be honest with you. At night when I'm having a craving for sweets and I don't have dates or something, I'll have one cup of the fruit. I'll have one fruit cup, nice and cold out the fridge. I put them in the fridge, and that helps me with the craving, and I can get through the night. A lot of times, my biggest struggles with my discipline is at nighttime. That's the time in which a lot of my struggles begin. Is at night. Yeah. So during the day it's much easier for me to maintain that discipline because I could I'm focused on other things. I can move around, and I know that I'm able to refrain from the thoughts because I'm hungry often. I'm gonna be honest with you, and it's so much that I would love to indulge in, but for the sake of me being wired the way I am and want to feel and operate and function, I love the challenge of being the best me. So in that regard, yeah. So let's move right along. Again, so I struggle a great deal with at times with being disciplined and doing what I do to represent health and fitness, if you will. All right, so we over here, we with our seasonings, y'all. So one of the great seasonings is turmeric. That's great. That's like in the category of like ginger. Turmeric is very good for you. So also, what I want to point out in terms of your seasonings, so that you could be mindful of your salt intake, I would suggest. Let me see if they have. Okay, right here. Salt free. Mrs. Dash. Mrs. Dash. I'm not familiar with all these seasonings, but I know Mrs. Dash is salt free, and you still could give your food a lot of flavor without much salt intake. So like I love oregano. Look at all these great seasonings, y'all. So I just wanted to also speak about seasonings, So you have a lot of great options. A lot of seasonings don't have salt, such as parsley, oregano, basil, cilantro. I can go on and on, so on and so forth, So you get my point in terms of that with the seasonings, Don't get me wrong, I like a homemade cake too. Out the box, I don't mind that. Again, if that was made for me, if that was prepared, I would only have one slice. Yeah, it would be a fight to not have that second slice, but you know, it's worth the sacrifice. Here we go. Oatmeal. So so what I don't usually partake in at all, some slim chances to none, is the oatmeal in the box. However, I do like the taste. I do like the oatmeal out the box. But I know for a fact that, of course, steel oats and oats prepared. No, excuse me. I thought you were going around. That's okay. You're welcome. So oats that are prepared raw oats are the best. And the thing about that is, we all know that the added sugar and preservatives in food is what make it taste great. But we also can make our food taste great. There's other ways in which we can sweeten our food, and we can, get that great experience and enjoyment of eating what we like. So, again, the oatmeal is something that I eat every single day.
Good morning, bakery department, line one, please, bakery, line one.
Honey's another great sweetener. I mean, a lot of time, be honest with you, I don't really buy the raw honey. But if you're gonna get honey, if you want to be real healthy in that regard, get that raw honey. And as you see, it's expensive. I'm not sure if you was able to see the price, but the 32 ounce of that is going to run you $18. Now you're either going to pay $18 for the honey, or you're going to pay $50 for the prescription. That's just how I see it. That's just how I see it. Now, when it comes to these box cereals, it's garbage. We know that. It's garbage. However, with my opinion and the facts of that is that I do eat it. I do. Again, I'm not going to get on here and make out as if I'm strict to the highest degree. But when I do eat these type of cereals that I enjoy very much, again, I have one bowl, a small bowl, very small, and I keep it moving. Again, I'm very big on portion, very, very big on portion, okay? Now, you have the oats in the bag, or the granola. Once in a while, I'll purchase these, okay? But it's a lot of additives, preservative, all sorts of ingredients that go beyond what oats should even have incorporated in it, right? So that's what makes it unhealthy. With that being said, shout out to my mother. Salute to my mother. She makes homemade oats for the family, for different family members, and she really does. She does the damn thing with those. So I don't even have to make. I don't even have to purchase these oat products, these granola products, because my mother makes homemade granola for quite a few family members that we all enjoy it. So that's one thing I don't have to seek out in the grocery store. I made a post in my community section. If I have, like, for example, if I have a cereal, so instead of
pick up line 1, Siaka, line 1.
So instead of these cereals here,
Casino needed, 20.
my go-to is this brand, the Kashi. Now, I'm not saying that it's the greatest alternative, but it's a little better. So I do like those that brand as well. So we moving right along. I don't eat these either.
I understand that. But the thing is, that's what
At least I don't go out my way to purchase them. I mean, that's all. So we all know about these protein bars.
if you want me to stop after I do 7, I can finish it. I'm not going to guarantee they're going to be done. So if you want them done today, we'll be here Sunday and I'll be here Monday and Tuesday. So you want the tags done today? I'll finish 7.
If you're trying it today,
So
how much you got done? And you say, okay, look, on this one.
again, I'm not big on protein bars. I don't take protein supplements. I don't take anything. I don't take weight gainers. None of that. None of that. None of that. None of that. So we have our nuts and grains, y'all. Excuse me. I'm a big fan of almonds. A big fan of almonds. So if I get almonds, I'm gonna get the low sodium. So let's look at the ingredients. So we got 40 milligrams of sodium. So compared to, let's say, the smokehouse. So you got the low sodium almonds, then you got the smokehouse. The smokehouse has 150 grams of sodium. So we're talking about what? About 130. Pardon me. So we're talking about from the 40, from the, you see that? 150, from the 40, from the 150. So we're talking about 110 more milligrams of sodium. So you choose. You choose. So yeah, so I eat almonds. I like walnuts. Walnuts don't have such a high sodium intake. I'm not big on peanuts. Pardon me if the reception is interfering with my live. Yeah, so then we got our candies. So again, why am I showing you these candies? Again, because it's not that I don't partake in eating the candies. It's not that I don't eat candy. It's that I do not overdo it. Simple. As simple as that. I do not overdo eating the candy. And that's really what it is. Like anything else. And I also want to show you, I can't come here, just show you a bunch of healthy things like I'm the bill of health or I have it all figured out. But I also enjoy snack foods like anybody else. And I'm very tempted for these items like anybody else. One of my favorites is the white cheddar popcorn, right? So the thing is, and I mentioned this before in a previous video, there was a gentleman, I forget his name, but he did a study. He used his own self. He used his own self to prove a point. And what he did was he ate nothing but snack foods. He ate nothing but snack foods. Potato chips, cookies, potato chips, cookies, cake, all of these snack foods. And his point that he proved was the amount by way of the amount of weight that he lost. That point was proved by way of the portion intake. He ate these snack foods for, I think it was a period of 90 days, and he actually lost a significant amount of weight, and it was due to him only partaking in the serving size, of those products. So again, I'm big on portion. That's just my approach to how I maintain. So the house, sweet chili. I love those. I love them. I like them a lot. Moving right along, y'all. So I gotta close out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna move right along. You get my point with the snack foods, though, y'all. You know? So anyway, let's move it right along, because I got to get up out of here. But y'all get my point. You know, I want to show y'all just a few more things. Again, you know, I'm very particular, but yet a lot of what I eat would be a lot of criticism. So let's go to the hot dog case. Again, I don't eat pork, but I do have beef hot dogs. If I'm gonna get hot dogs, I'll get Sabrett. Or Nathan's. And I also like the Hebrew National when it comes to hot dogs. So if I do have that. And once in a while I have kielbasa. Hillshire Farm. Turkey. So that's once in a while. Moving right along, y'all. Again, I don't eat pork, but if I do have bacon, I get the Oscar Mayer turkey bacon. And I try to get the low sodium on that. Let's take a look at the teas real quick. I want to show y'all the tea that I use when I do drink the tea, which is more in the winter, in the winter season, of course. They don't even have my brand here, but like mint tea. So like you have this tea here again. Ginger and turmeric. Excellent, excellent, excellent. The ginger and the turmeric is excellent. All right, let's keep it moving, y'all. We're gonna stay on the perimeter of the store. Let me move along real quick. I want to hit up the dairy, but I also want to
Yeah.
so we're in the frozen section. I just want to make a point about these frozen products. And frozen, from my experience, are excellent, right? And the reason why I say that,
Good morning, Rose. Call me at 100, your location, please, Rose.
so when it comes to your frozen foods, such as your vegetables and your fruits, what I learned is, and I read in an article, the beautiful thing about getting your fruits and vegetables in the frozen section is that they bypass the pesticides. And I read that in an article, which was a great point made in that information. Because there's no reason for them to spray. They're dry. They're freeze dried, so they freeze them quickly. So frozen vegetables and fruits bypass the pesticide process because there's no reason. There will be no gnats. There will be no flies. There will be no animal or insect that is going to seek out a frozen fruit or vegetable. No way, no how. So consider getting frozen fruits and veggies. Consider that. I definitely purchase frozen fruits and veggies as well. Great way to make your smoothies. Great way to make your smoothies. Ice cream. Ice cream is my favorite, one of my favorite snack foods. So, if you want a low calorie, frozen snack, instead of getting ice cream itself, you can get the Marino's Italian ices. And these only have 100 calories. Those only have 100 calories. Again, I do eat ice cream. I don't have any dairy issues at all. I can eat ice cream all day if I wanted to. Of course, I don't. But I don't have any problems with dairy. And when I do indulge in ice cream, I like the top brands. Haagen-Dazs and Ben & Jerry's. Haagen-Dazs and Ben & Jerry's. I like quality. I love quality. So I'm willing to pay extra for what I enjoy and get the best benefits or the best taste and what have you. So I like quality, So I don't mind spending the extra, on that. Moving right along, y'all. When it comes to my juices, I do like the Newman's Own sweet. But yeah, I do drink juice. I know it's high in sugar, but again, I'm not drinking cups and cups and cups on top of cups. I like the Tropicana too.
Yours is on sale, not mine. I thought yours was on sale. Mine is right.
Again, me personally, I don't have a problem with dairy. I understand that people say it's so many different criticisms, but for me personally, I'm good with dairy. Pardon me, you good? So what I used to drink a lot of almond milk, but then I went back to regular milk. And to be honest with you, like every day, I'm consuming milk. Again, not cups and cups and cups of it. And when I get milk, I like the Horizon. So a half a gallon of that is gonna run you about almost $6. Yeah. So I prepare my oatmeal with it, but what I do is when I make my oatmeal with the milk, I dilute it with some water. So I'm not using just all milk. But yeah, whether it's a difference between organic or the non-organic milk, who's to say? But I think that the Horizon got more of a crisp, has more of a crisp taste, if you will. So we about to be coming closer to wrapping this up. But anyway, I do eat a lot of peanut butter and jelly. I enjoy it too. I really do. So when I get my peanut butter, I'll get the Jif, natural. Whether the natural is different from the one that's not natural, who knows? But it is what it is. Again, there's so much that I've done in terms of smoking, drinking, and doing so many other things to myself that it's no comparison to the good that I do now. So then you have like I'm trying to find oh, I have yet to purchase this, and I will. Somebody suggested this. So this is the fig preserves, and a jar of that. You got the apricot. You have the blackberry preserves. You have the raspberry preserves, mixed berry preserves. And that's gonna cost you almost $8 for what's that, a 13-ounce jar. It's gonna run you about almost $8. Again, I'm not worried about. I'm not concerned with the price when it comes to that. I've a pack of backwoods, or when you buy the grabber in certain places, they're gonna charge you $5. Them backwoods, them Dutch Masters, it's not cheap. That Henny is not cheap. So I could spend $7 on a preservative that I can enjoy throughout a 2-week process and get great benefits. When it comes to this bread, y'all, what I do like, what I eat often, just want to give you a look. It's not the ones there per se, but what I'm gonna show you is this. The Martin 100%. The Martin's potato bread, 100%. I love that. So yeah, that's the bread, and I use that to make the peanut butter and jellies or other sandwiches, right? Oh, again, so I want to point this out as well. I don't want to pass this up. Yogurt and butter. margarine. I do use butter on foods. Again, I'm very mindful of the amount I use. And when I get butter, the butter of my choice is, excuse me, is Breakstone. Again, I like quality. And I like the Kerry Gold. I like that as well. So when I get butter, I like the Breakstone. I like quality. Another good butter, the Kerry Gold. I like the Kerry Gold. When I make tacos, I use the turkey, the ground turkey. Again, I don't have a problem with dairy. Dairy don't affect me. I get to put some sour cream in certain meals I make. I like sour cream. Eggs. When it comes to my eggs, I will get like the Land O'Lakes. You know? So I like quality. Another thing, again, the yogurt. And one of my favorites is the Chobani. And with the Chobani yogurt, again, I'll add my fruits. And people will say I'm defeating the purpose and, the criticisms of dairy in itself. I'm not worried about that. But like I said, I add my berries to that, such as the raspberries, strawberries, whatever I choose. And that's about it for now, y'all. We've been out here for a minute. There's so much more that I could share. I want to also make mention of this too. Walk with me, and I appreciate y'all. I wanted to mention this, and people may not agree with me. So when it comes to take a look. When it comes to making spaghetti, yeah, I'll use the sauce out the jar. Yeah, and I know that even with that, the sodium the sodium count is high in that. Again, I'm big on portion, but the thing about it too is, like I always say, a lot of what I don't do. So when I make the spaghetti, I'm not guzzling it. I'm not washing it down with a 20-ounce bottle of Coca-Cola either. So, and these were the crackers. I said the name wrong in the video I posted. So I like these a lot. These Townhouse crackers here. So I like these a lot. So the Townhouse pita crackers, and it's only 70 calories. So that's just a snack food. That's one of my go-tos. We're about to close it out soon. I like Ritz. It's so much that I could, so much more that I could share. And again, I enjoy me some Coca-Cola. Don't get me wrong. See, the beautiful thing too I want to add is that when you refrain from these products, with the sugar and the salt and things of that nature, for me at least, sometimes we got to give ourselves time to miss things. Give yourself time to miss things. You know what I mean? So it's like if you go a week, if you go 2 weeks without eating cookies and cakes and such, and when you do decide to have that point in which you want to partake in those type of foods, you'll really enjoy it. You'll really, at least that's my experience. And I experience that quite often, So, and because again, I'm not indulging in it on a daily basis. So I give myself time to miss things. Even when it comes to recreational activities, right? If you do smoke weed, if you drink, if you do these things, in those, ways in which, but give yourself time to miss it. You know what I'm saying? You'll feel better if you wait until the end of the day, then light up and smoke your weed. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna do it every day, at least don't do it all day, every day. I had somebody tell me one time, a guy I work with, and I told him I was bragging. I was saying that I smoked however many blunts, and he told me, I never forgot it. He said, that's overkill. He said, how high you think you're gonna get? And and it made a lot of sense to me. But I just say that to say, again, too much of anything is no good. Give yourself time to miss certain things. You know, keep your keep your enthusiasm, at a high in life. You know what I mean? So, again, before I close out too, drink plenty of water. Drink plenty of water. And I know it's a lot of criticisms, around the types of waters and, tap water that's bottled up and all that, you know what I mean? But if you're not coming from a natural spring brook and, where you could get that water with the minerals that's bouncing off the rocks, you still got a choice to make. So, you could, again, choose the best, that are many options for us. But anyway, I just wanted to take the time out real quick and just share a few things in regards to how I eat. And I guess I'll prepare a meal one day in front of the camera. But I just wanted to give you a quick tour. Again, that produce department should be your friend. But I think this was a great tour. Let me know, you know what I'm saying? Give me your feedback. What else, I could expound on. And, we'll take it from there. But in the meantime, I still got to grab me a few items. I just wanted to take a little tour. And with that being said, I catch you on the next go around. You heard? Much gratitude for y'all that was in the chat with the uplift. And I know I couldn't really interact with the chat today because I just wanted to, just expound more so than anything today. So with that being said, still appreciate y'all. Much gratitude as always, you heard? With that being said, I catch you on the next go around. Peace.